Hi, this is Stephen Bourne with Rye Civic League. Happy July. I bet most of you have no idea where I'm standing and what all these pictures are. But if you stick around, Alex Hurley is going to tell you all about it and the treasures that are in that room right over there. All right, so what happened in June? The Pease Development Authority, they want to commercialize Rye Harbor. So build platforms, make money of it. There's a link to the video. The public comment is probably the most informative part of it. They talk about it again at the 2-hour mark, but Rye doesn't have a seat at that table. We tried through the legislative process with the cargo expansion, and that didn't happen. So what we can do is still up in the question. Wallace Sands Beach, known as Pirate Cove, second closure of the year. It's been closed since Thursday. They'll test again today on Monday, July 1st. It won't open again the earliest until July 2nd when they get those results. Down in the body of the Civic News, at the Select Board June 24th meeting, the Select Board clearly doesn't understand what's going on. They're making incorrect statements. They haven't read the reports, or they read them, they just don't understand them. If you want something to change, everyone else has got to speak up. I was sitting there with my hand open, raising, trying to correct them, and they don't call on me, so everyone else has got to step up. On the June 10th meetings, one of the warrant articles was to look at speeding. Chief Walsh submitted his report saying that the speed limits are set correctly and nothing needs to be changed. There's a link to that report. Rye Community Power has been going on for a year now, and they reported that they've saved residents over $427,000 compared to what you would have been paying if you were paying Eversource for that. The Secretary of the State has $15 million of HAVA funds, Help America Vote Act. They've been sitting on it. They've decided to disperse that to the towns. Rye will be eligible for $3,500 per machine. If we apply them to the voting machines, that's $7,000 to get the new, tabulators, because we have tabulators. We have that one. There's 2 new committees. The Community Engagement Committee met. There's no agenda or meeting minutes, and the Town Hall Advisory Meeting is going to meet soon to think what should be happening at the original town hall and what happens there. At the beginning of the June 10th meeting, a number of residents, including the Conservation Commission, spoke about how the Select Board went about assigning people to the conservation process, the statements they made, etc. That is all in the beginning of the public's comments part of that meeting. You can listen to that video. The Master Plan Steering Committee is moving on. One of the things they did the last meeting is they sort of divided Rye into segments and talked about that. There's an attachment of the draft they looked over. People should be looking at it, providing feedback. That next meeting is July 9th, where they're going to be listening to Hampton, I think, is going to come in and talk about their master plan and how they developed it. Chief Walsh also commended his team. The deputy went down and competed in a negotiation, emergency response second, and out of the towns, places in New England, Rye took first place, so that's good news to them. And the DPW director, Jason Rucker, the new admin, is doing a wonderful job, and she's actually started to put together a DPW newsletter. Not sure the frequency, but it's on the website, but click on the link too in your Civic News. You get that. Now, let's find out what's next door.
Go.
Good morning, Alex Hurley. I'm in the Rye Town Museum in the library, and I want to do a quick intro here before I turn it over to Lou Karabatsas, who's the chair of the Collections Committee of the Historical Society. I went to a program in May at the library, and it was called Genealogical Gold in New England Town Books and Reports. Rob Weir of Dover revealed that this gold was captured in the early 1900s when the New Hampshire Secretary of State's office borrowed and copied these early town record books, now in the state New Hampshire archives. That means all 230 towns in New Hampshire, an amazing job. So we're talking about tax records, deeds, mortgages, probate, court records, etc. They're all available to view. And in fact, one RHS member discovered over 400 pages relating to Rye. So you access this by going to FamilySearch.org. That's the website of the Mormon Church. They took these copies and they microfilmed them in 1951 and of course later digitized them, and that's why they're available to us. So that's the first of the items of Rye history, and one of the most important that's online. Another one, of course, is Rye Town Reports. UNH has scanned those from 1869 to the present. So all you have to do is insert Rye New Hampshire Town Reports. Another valuable online source is historic newspaper archives. Just use those terms in your search and you'll find a wealth of information about Rye, especially 18 and 1900s. Langton Parsons' History of Rye, the iconic history from 1905, that is online. The Rye Historical Society website is invaluable. One part of that in particular under the Resources tab is Access Rye History, Town Sources from 1850 to 1920. Lydia Tilsley of the Rye Advocates has done incredible research on the Registry of Deeds that apparently is user-friendly, Rockingham County Registry of Deeds. That speaks for itself in terms of Rye history. And I just mentioned the Rye Advocates. Our job is to promote the preservation of historic buildings in town. And the last item online is my website, ryehistoryrocks.com. Those are thematic topics on Rye history. Now I'll turn it over to Lou. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Just to follow up on what Alex said, a lot of these things are available online, but if you want to see the actual documents or the books, sometimes you can come to the Rye Historical Society by appointment. So you can go on the website, make an appointment, and come in. And when you come in, you'll come upstairs to the second floor library where we've consolidated many of the items that you may be looking for. For example, this side is all publications of the town, no matter what date, no matter how far it goes back. All the town reports that Alex mentioned are here. We have a full set. We may have another full set, which we're investigating now to see if we have a backup file. Then if you're looking for genealogical kinds of materials, we have this whole section of family histories, documents, and anything you need to do in terms of genealogy. We're not claiming we have everything, but we do have a lot, and it's pretty much organized in boxes and in books. In this file, you'll find all of our photographic materials as well as any paper-related materials, menus, reports, documents, letters, those kinds of things. And then on this wall are all town records that were given to us back many years ago and that have been inventoried, and as you can see in the boxes, they're clearly marked in terms of content and date. Then when we go over here, if you're looking for postcards or visuals of the town, we have boxes of postcards as well as stereo views. Those are the cards that have two images side by side that you would put in a stereoptic viewer and see. That basically is what you will find here. We welcome you to come and visit. Again, if you'd like to make an appointment, go onto the website and make an appointment to come in and take a look at some of our materials. Thank you.